So the next few moving in. Mr. Clarify. Wade Walters also with Brigadier in a black cap. Snitzerpeg is set second in last year's race. Here's Mascalino, Mick Price and Michael Kent with a couple of runners. Mick, no stranger to winning this race. He's won it on 3 occasions in recent years. Count of Lemonade, the most recent in 2014, beating a subsequent Melbourne Cup winner. Captures in 2007, Chattanooga 2003, a couple of others for Mick Price that are on the Moe Cup on a roll. And there is the light, it's flashing. Race 7 for Moe Optical, the 2019 Moe Cup. And they're off. Mr. Clarify a little bit slow going back, and also Chaotic as well. Brigadier won the jump from the near inside, starting to press forward. Snitzerpeg and his single-handed, and Mascalino and Rue Bridges. They're all working across from wider alleys. Anaba will be just behind those with Lucky for All, Petty to Sell, and then comes Gun Down midfield. But passing the post on the first round in the Moe Cup from 2019, and it's Brigadier taking them out of the straight. From Mascalino now going to second from single-handed, and then Snitzerpeg second last year. He's getting a nice run. Fourth defence from Rue Bridges, the local, on a 3-wide move. Lucky for All alienated next, then 2 lengths to Anaba, Gun Down, a length away Petty to Sell, the multiple Gunbower Cup winner. Then comes on the running rail Bondiga, and then 2 lengths to Chaotic, and 2 lengths last Mr. Clarify. So they head down the back straight with close to 1,200 metres left to go, and it's Brigadier now with company. Rue Bridges moves up on the outside, wanting to go a little strongly. Now a neck off the front. They're 2 lengths on Mascalino, third Snitzerpeg, and then comes single-handed fifth. Alienated sixth, the running rail from Lucky for All. 2 lengths away to Gun Down, and then comes Anaba on a 3-wide move now. Bondiga pinching runs the fence, and then Petty to Sell, Chaotic, and back last is Mr. Clarify. The cup field head towards the top of the track. They're over halfway, and the leader is Brigadier down the side for Basta by a neck. Rue Bridges second, keeping him company. 2 lengths away to Mascalino, then comes Snitzerpeg. A few riders reaching for the goggles, and then comes single-handed pulling towards the centre. Here comes Mr. Clarify circling from back in the rack, and then comes Alienated, Lucky for All, and Naba trying to get a wriggle on, Bondiga, and then Gun Down, Chaotic, and Petty to Sell. They're tight and compact in the Moe Cup. 400 metres left to go. A wave of horses getting into the action. Rue Bridges, Mascalino, single-handed. They move up to on the running rail Brigadier. They turn, Bondiga bolting for a run towards the outside. Mr. Clarify, Naba trying to let down. Lucky for All searching for room as they come down to the 150 metres. So deep on the track, and Naba going up to them with Lucky for All sprinting through, and Gun Down down the outside. Gun Down's come from the back, and Gun Down lets down to win it impressively by over a length on Anaba, and Mr. Clarify coming through. Lucky for All, then followed by Brigadier. Next Chaotic. In behind those was Bondiga, Rue Bridges, and then Mascalino single-handed, Petty to Sell, and Snitzerpeg has run near the back. Well, it's come from well back in the ruck. It was searching for runs prior to the bend and couldn't get them. Had to concede a few positions while horses took off ahead of it. But James Winks, who's picked up the ride, has brought the horse to the outside for the final say. And Gun Down, the 7, beats the 12, 11 and 9. Gun Down for Michael Morodi and James Winks. Third run in Australia after coming across from the Tasman, getting out to a distance that suited. It had the wet track form. It ticked a few boxes. And in the end, even though the margin somewhere in the vicinity of a length, it was a soft win with James Winks standing up in the saddle late and getting this boy home at the 21st time of asking for his 4th win, and taking his prize money over the $150,000 mark. In fact, very close to $200,000 with the $82,500 win prize today. So Gun Down, making up many lengths in the straight, the son of High Chaparral, to win the 2019 Moe Cup. Confirming numbers, it's 7, 12, 11 and 9, 1.5 by a half neck. 1.25 by a half neck in a time of 2:14.9. Let's hear from Jack Turnbull representing the team.
Yeah, thank you, Adam. And this is a horse that boasted some pretty strong New Zealand form once. Hasn't been over here a hell of a long time, but gets a nice Australian race.
Yeah, definitely had the conditions to suit with the evident rainfall, and it panned out really well.
Was Mike and the team, quite optimistic coming here? It was almost a month between runs since we last seen him in the Gold Nugget.
Yeah, it was. With the step up in distance and obviously the soft track, we thought third up he was ready to run a race, but with the barrier being a fraction wide, he had to find a good spot, and thankfully he did, and he put pay to him very well.
What you'd seen the limited time he'd been over here, did you think with it the margin he was spotting them at the top of the straight that he had that sort of turn of foot?
Hard to say. Like, he's shown good ability at home, and he's quite sharp for a stayer, for a horse that's run over 2 miles. So he's shown good ability, and as I keep saying, the soft track has really played into his favour today.
Did he come over here with any potential aims to sort of Mike find something a little bit nicer for him during the carnival now?
Country Cups was always going to be on his radar, and thankfully we've ticked one off. So if we can keep picking them off throughout the spring, and hopefully we can name him towards something higher later on.
Happy days, mate. Well, testing conditions for all participants here. You've braved them, and you've got the cash. Well done.
Thank you.
So obviously I picked the ride up, so my condolences to Dwayne Dunn. You don't like to pick rides up on here under conditions like this, so like I said, condolences to him, and I wish I wasn't in this position now, but it is what it is, and just like I said, condolences to the family. Well
said, mate. I'm sure he'll appreciate that. Just quickly, with the conditions, would you be surprised if we maybe got through the last couple of races?
Yeah, it's going to be visibility, so I was a little bit back. I had 2 pairs on, I just couldn't see, so you'll see I ended up having no goggles on the ward to it, so it's going to be touch and go, mate.
Go make it official, mate. Well done. James Winks there with it. The pickup ride aboard this horse, gunned down, and takes out the 2019 Moe Optical Cup for Mike Moroney. A quick break on racing.com. Back on the other side to review it.